Welcome back, traders. Today I'm watching another ICT lecture. Now, because I was on vacation, I have 4 ICT lectures to catch up on. This one is the NQ review on April 24. It is very short, so if you want to watch the original video, it's in the description, but I'm going to go ahead and get started on this one.
Take a look at the daily chart here. As I mentioned last night, I wasn't sure if we were going to drop down into this gap in here, but we did dip its toe in the water just below the previous day's low. I did say that we would be reaching for this high here, and then eventually we'd be reaching for these relative equal highs. We were able to do that today, straight up above that. And we're going to look inside this volume imbalance for any details as well. Here's that volume imbalance, and here's an hourly chart. Here's some relative equal highs. You can see how we rallied up into that today pretty aggressively. And zoomed in, you can see that this is that 60-minute fair value gap I mentioned on social media today, and trading up into it, and then above it treats it as a inversion fair value gap right there, and then sends it to minor buy side, and then the buy side, and then we have the 50-minute time frame, the inversion fair value gap here. It's at pre-market session hours. It's before 9:30, and then it rallies up, takes out the high I mentioned last night. Just straight up, this market's nuts. If I tried to fight it, as a 20-year-old like I used to, I'd be completely destroyed. Okay, and you're probably going to have the same outcome if you just go in there recklessly trying to force a bias or force a perspective. All right, and here is the smaller 1-minute time frame. This is the pre-market session. I did a 15-second order block long here, and I showed that on the Telegram channel, reaching for this buy side here, and then we traded up into this rally above that 60-minute or 1-hour fair value gap. I was entering in close proximity to just above the midpoint of it, or consequent encroachment. I had a little bit of heat on that, but it's okay because the money that was collected from this trade here funds the open position drawdown in here. So it's kind of like I guarantee myself, $300, $400, and then let's see how far we can milk this thing going the other direction, and aiming for this little gap in here. There's my close right there, and I shared that on Twitter because a young man asked me, "Is that all there is for today?" I had something I had to take care of today, so I wasn't able to trade. And honestly, the opening, really, here it is. It to me really wasn't worth doing anything with, because if you weren't already long, basically, if you haven't entered the market long before the opening bell, you really didn't get a chance to do anything. This is a 928 candle, so it came down, consequent encroachment, basically, of that daily volume imbalance, and it just kept on sending it higher.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for this lecture. Basically a short review of the morning price action. I actually remember this morning. It was the day before I left on my trip. I was bullish, looking for the same buy side around 19,250, but I was looking for a pullback to enter long. We just never really got that. At 9:30, I was looking for price to come and sweep these relative equal lows, and then I was going to enter on the very next fair value gap. You can see basically we just chopped around for a little bit, for like 5 minutes, and then it just took off without much pullback to any fair value gaps. So I missed out on this day. Oh well, sometimes that happens. The good thing I did was to just stay out of it, because my setup that I was looking for was not there. So rather than getting FOMO and impulsively trading, I remained disciplined, saying to myself, there will be more opportunities. And sure enough, I had a pretty good trade the next morning during the Asia session. I even uploaded a video review of that on my channel, so you can check that out. But that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Please give this video a like and subscribe. And until I see you next time, safe trading.